Noise levels up.
Want to make sure he knows we're coming, or she.
Yeah, that's true.
Because if she's got some cubs, that's when you really got to worry.
Yeah. You know what my kids asked me? They said, you got to ask the president, does anything scare him?
You know, well, when when Michelle's mad, I get worried.
Picture this. You slips up on stage in front of millions and calls your own wife a man's name. Not once, but over and over again. That's what folks been clowning Barack Obama for, replaying those awkward moments where Michelle suddenly turned into Michael or Mike. And here comes Jaguar Wright stirring the pot again. She's dragging those old whispers right back to the surface, even asking if Joan Rivers was dropping truth when she threw that shady shot at Michelle. Let's be real. People been whispering about Michelle Obama's sexuality forever. Her name always getting tossed around with side-eye and messy talk. No matter how many years pass, that rumor just won't die. And now Jaguar Wright is out here pulling more so-called receipts, adding even more fuel to the fire. I've lined up every last one of them, and trust me, some are straight up wild. For starters, Dr. Rafael Espanza, who worked with Michelle during the 2008 presidential run, allegedly said, "I know what I saw." Michelle Obama is not a woman who used to be a man. Now here's where it gets real messy. Jaguar Wright claims there's a so-called insider, Dr. Rafael Espanza, who worked around Michelle during the 2008 campaign, and he allegedly said, "I know what I saw. Michelle Obama is not a woman who used to be a man." But then he doubled down with even wilder claims, saying Michelle was just a man with implants and a big shaving bill. He even pushed the story further, claiming only limited medical staff could go near her and that he once walked in on her in Trenton while she was in the bathroom standing up. They tried to buy my silence, millions on the table, but watching what they did to this country made me flip the script. Let them sue me, I ain't scared. If a doc's bold enough to spill that tea, people gotta ask why, right? But that ain't the only wild claim out there. Receipts have been floated before, saying Michelle Obama supposedly registered to vote as a man from 1994 up to 2008, with documents some folks say came from the Illinois board. Folks also point out that she allegedly changed to female in 2008, the same year Barack ran for president, and that raises eyebrows. Then there's Barack's half-bro Malik, who's always poking at Michelle's identity, asking if Michelle is really Michael, like family got receipts too, and people talking about it nonstop. ChatGPT said Malik kept tossing fuel on the rumor several times, even tweeting he couldn't confirm or deny the Big Mike legend. And as late as 2024, he was straight up saying he thinks Michelle might be a man and that the Obamas are hiding her real identity. Folks also always pointed how the family posted wedding photos but no pregnancy shots or baby pics until the kids were already a few years old, and that silence got people talking. Some say Michelle claimed the girls were conceived via IVF, but the Whisper Network claims the children's biological mother was actually a doctor, and that theory won't quit. Anita Blanchard is alleged to be the doctor who delivered the Obama girls, and folks even dug up vacation snaps of both families in Hawaii. Photos circulated online showing Martin Nesbitt and Dr. Blanchard always nearby, like shadow parents keeping tabs on every move, fueling more suspicion and gossip among fans and bloggers. So yeah, when Joan Rivers threw that shady line about Michelle, some believe she wasn't just clowning. Joan had industry receipts and she wasn't afraid to speak bluntly. She'd seen scenes, heard whispers, and knew how the rumor mill worked. So plenty figured she was low-key spilling real tea, not just cracking jokes. And that made the story stick even harder. Others stayed quiet, too scared to speak. And here's where it turns even darker. After Joan's sudden shocking death, whispers popped back up, pointing fingers at the Obamas like maybe they had a hand in it. Was it really just bad timing, or was there more to the story than anyone dares to admit? And let's be real, this ain't the first time people accuse them of silencing folks who got too close to the truth. Remember Tafari Campbell? He was the White House chef who later became the Obama's personal cook even after they left office. And his name still sparks chilling conversations. Back in his White House days, Tafari was even known for brewing that famous White House honey ale, using honey straight from Michelle's South Lawn garden. In 2012, the White House dropped a video of him and assistant chef Sam Cass showing off the whole beer-making process. He was front and center, smiling and respected. But years later, tragedy struck. Tafari lost his life in a chilling accident, paddleboarding on a pond near the Obama's home when he suddenly lost balance and slipped into the water. He wasn't wearing a life jacket, wasn't strapped to the board, and witnesses say he fought desperately to stay afloat before going under. His body was only recovered 2 days later at Edgartown Great Pond, right by the Obama's property, and the official police report confirmed another paddleboarder saw him struggle before disappearing beneath the surface. The witness told cops he tried to swim out and save Tafari but couldn't reach him in time, so he rushed back to shore and told someone to call 911. But here's the part that made folks raise eyebrows. So many details just don't add up. Rumors spread that Tafari had head injuries when his body was found, making people question if it was really just an accident. On top of that, reports claimed he was discovered in less than 4 feet of water, and the 911 call didn't even happen until hours after he fell in. Then came whispers that the autopsy was handled by the Obama's own personal coroner, only fueling more suspicion. And the wildest part? Some say Tafari was working on a tell-all book, and that's why he was silenced. It wasn't just Joan Rivers stirring the pot. Other big names jumped in too. Deanna Lorraine once tweeted about Michelle's Netflix doc Becoming, throwing shade like, "I wonder what she's becoming." Then Stu Peters went all the way left, claiming Barack didn't even have kids with Michelle, saying Sasha and Malia's real parents were Martin Nesbitt and Dr. Anita Blanchard, with Nesbitt conveniently sitting as chairman of the Obama Foundation. Even Chelsea Clinton slipped once, suggesting in a now-deleted tweet that Barack married a man. And lawyer Lynn Wood, who lives off defamation cases, still called out the Obamas, hinting the kids were adopted, and the public had been lied to about something as basic as that. And let's be real, a lawyer that sharp wouldn't risk putting it in writing unless he thought he could back it up. Jaguar Wright has been fanning those flames too, saying the rumors about Michelle aren't just smoke. They might actually be fire. She even hinted that this could be the real reason Barack allegedly steps out and cheats. It's a wild accusation, but in the world of gossip, it only adds another messy layer to the questions already surrounding the Obamas. And don't forget, those cheating rumors ain't new. Remember Vera Baker? Barack met her back in 2004 when she was hustling hard to get him elected to the Senate, raising millions for his campaign. But whispers say things got way more personal between them. Even a taxi driver claimed he dropped Barack and Vera at a hotel where they spent the night together. The Globe even ran a whole expose on this, claiming Vera Baker was basically exiled to Martinique by Michelle herself before Barack's presidential run, only to later pop back up in D.C. According to the piece, Barack supposedly fell hard for her during his Senate campaign, even though she knew he was married. But the article painted Barack as the one making a fool of himself. It went further, saying a top D.C. insider confirmed Barack and Vera spent the night at the Hotel George. When those rumors hit the streets, Vera was said to be devastated, caught up in the scandal whether she wanted it or not. Cheating, no scandal, and no video.
Distinguished guests, and men and women of the finest military in the world. Most of all, Admiral Mullen, Deborah. Michael and I also want to acknowledge your son Jack, who...
ChatGPT said, Vera even clapped back legally, filing a lawsuit against the Globe for running the story. She argued it was all cooked up by one of Obama's political opponents who didn't care about the damage it caused her as long as it hurt Barack's image. According to her, they were desperate for dirt, willing to drag anyone down just to smear his name. In her lawsuit, Vera said the Globe deliberately pushed the idea she and Obama had a secret hotel hookup, even though she swore it was false. The tabloid blasted it with wild headlines like cheating scandal erupts and secret video could destroy presidency. Despite there being no affair, no scandal, and definitely no video. Even after Vera sued the Globe, the questions never really died down. People kept asking, was there really an affair? Did a video actually exist? Was Vera paid off by the Obamas to deny it all and vanish? Or was she forced to disappear? Nobody can say for sure, but the whispers never stopped. And in the last few years, the rumors shifted again, this time to talk of divorce. Michelle herself opened up about the struggles of marriage, admitting it's tough even when you're in love, even when things seem perfect. She even confessed she almost walked away from Barack, and that shook people up. Michelle revealed that for a whole decade, their marriage was hanging by a thread. While Barack chased his political dreams, she was stuck juggling school, work, and raising Sasha and Malia. And she admitted she straight up wanted to walk away during those years. She even broke down how petty it got, counting diapers, clocking how much time Barack spent in the gym, or even how he had the nerve to sneak in golf while she carried the household weight. Michelle admitted the imbalance was real, and for years, she was the one making the sacrifices, while resentment quietly built up. I don't know, y'all, but the chatter has been nonstop lately. So the real question is, were Joan Rivers' comments just jokes or a bold truth disguised as shade? Is Jaguar Wright just chasing clout, or does she actually know something the rest of us don't? And here's the wildest one. Could the Obamas really have had something to do with Joan's sudden death? And what about those whispers of divorce? Just messy gossip? Or is there really smoke behind the fire? Drop your thoughts down in the comments, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe to Gossip for more drama straight to your screen.